Meanwhile, the driver replacing Tony Kanaan for Arrow McLaren next year in the Indy 500 is Kyle Larson. Larson's livery for the 2024 500 was unveiled this morning a moment ago. Kyle Larson caught up with Jeff Burton.
HendricksCars.com Chevy for Kyle Larson, and this is his second attempt at qualifying for his maiden Indianapolis 500.
Green flag, gray 3.
Let's go. Take two.
Warm up to 17.2 for Kyle as he takes the green flag. There's that 6th to 5th downshift that caused the issue in the last run. .240 miles an hour diff into turn 3.
All right, now we're talking.
He has got all the pace.
He seemed kind of somewhat nonplussed yesterday. He said it's fast, but it's not scary fast, even though it's the fastest I've ever been in a race car.
4.
Lap 1, 2:32.95 for Kyle Larson.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen something in the 2:33, certainly, but if he can keep with a mid 2:32 average, that's still middle of that top 12 pack right now, which is the goal for Kyle. If you're in that top 12 today,
Job on the shifting, keep it up.
You advance to tomorrow, times erased, you get another crack at it.
Good words from Brian Paddy too. Good shifting, stay on it, keep it up, keep doing what you're doing. This has been an accelerated learning program for Kyle Larson. He's now at the halfway mark. Tony Kanaan, Indy 500 winner himself, looking on. 2:32.7, so good, stable run within 0.2 of a mile an hour.
If he can have a nice stable run like that, you're flirting with the top 5 diff. That's a
Still looks good. Good job.
solid run, and 240 again into turn 3. As fast as we've seen anyone to have to commit to that corner, flat on the throttle. You see the downshift coming off of 4.
White flag.
At this moment, as we see a 2:32.3, this is a really good run. At this moment, Hinch, I'm thinking about our old teammate, our dear friend, the late Robin Miller, who just so badly wanted to see this happen. Robin, it's happening. It's real. Kyle Larson has come from the dirt track. He's come from the NASCAR Cup Series track. He's at your track. He's at the Speedway. As Jeff Gordon watches on, he's about to complete his first ever full qualifying run for the Indy 500. The Cup Series champ comes to the line. Kyle Larson slots in to the provisional 12 in 6th place. How about that? 2:32.5 for Kyle Larson.
One hell of a job, Kyle. Very nice. Nice job, Mike, Phil, everyone. Very nice job.
High fives, fist bumps, and handshakes down there on the 17 stand. Jeff Gordon even got his cell phone out and recorded Larson coming across the finish line. That's what Indy means to racers, Diff. That's what's so cool about this place. Larson, I mean, he's going to get out in his interview and be like, yeah, it was fine.
It'll be exactly the same. And look at Tony Kanaan. Kanaan is blown away. He can't believe it. Indianapolis 500, which is a week from now, and look who's here to play. NASCAR Cup Series champion and superstar Kyle Larson. Next Sunday, we'll do the double. The Indy 500, Coke 600, 1,100 miles in one day. But first, he's got to qualify here today, and so far, he has been spectacular. Insane speeds here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and it is faster than this driver has ever gone in any race car. This driver just happens to be NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Larson in the HendricksCars.com Arrow McLaren Chevy. What a month of May it's been for Kyle.
And what's the big difference between an Indy car and a NASCAR Cup car around Indianapolis? Downforce. I was going to say everything. But let's start with downforce. At 235 miles an hour, Kyle Larson's race car is producing 3,300 pounds of downforce. It only weighs 1,700 pounds standing still. So you just think about all of that, I'm going to call it free grip, plowing down those Firestones.
The story of the double is one that hasn't been told for a decade. Kurt Busch was the last to do it. And if you don't know what the double is, it is the Indianapolis 500 and the Coke 600 in the NASCAR Cup Series on the same day. And there is motorsport legend Jeff Gordon of Hendrick Motorsports. And there's a part of Jeff that wishes this was him once upon a time, or maybe even now, but it's not. But he is absolutely enthralled with what one of his drivers is doing here at the Brickyard.
Jeff Gordon's been here the last couple of days, and I have not seen him without a smile on his face. He is loving this experience, this joint venture between Hendrick Motorsports and McLaren. And Kyle Larson making the most of the opportunity. He's learning quick. He knows how to use the weight jacker now, the bars. He's comfortable. It's going to be fun to watch.
Jeff Gordon almost being like a proud father when he was doing his first qualifying run yesterday. Had the cell phone out to record going across the line.
All right, let's find out this. Lap one for Kyle Larson.
This is good.
Is he close? Is he close? You betcha! 233.4 miles an hour for Kyle Larson.
That gives him some good margin diff on the degradation over the run. Oh, see that line a little bit higher than what we've seen, but he didn't seem to scrub too much speed.
Just missed that apex. Want to get that left typically below the white line. If you're everybody but Helio Castroneves, we'll see that next weekend. But for Kyle Larson, good minimum speed, good pace, tracking well. He gets below the white line out of turn 4. And the speed is strong.
If you want a little bit of weight checker for turn 2, it's up to you.
Halfway tells us the story, 232.8.
You heard the team tell him a little bit of weight jacker for turn 2. That'd be an adjustment he makes in the cockpit to put more static weight on that left front tire to try to help the turn.
He nailed it. He absolutely nailed it with that adjustment. You can also control how aggressively you roll your hands into the corner. There's a lot of leverage on the steering wheel to control the yaw angle of the race car, and Kyle Larson is getting the job done.
What an incredible performance. And he is 3/4 of the way there.
White flag.
1 to go, 2.5 miles, third lap, 232.5. Wonderful consistency.
This is the toughest time through turn 2. Lap 4 on the corner where he struggled initially, watching the hands, and it looks really neutral, which is nice.
When Kyle Larson has started a significant series, his first qualifying effort in trucks was 25th. His first qualifying effort in Xfinity and Cup was 21st. This is his first qualifying effort in an Indy car, and it's going to eclipse all 3 of those series. To the line, or is it to the top? Kyle Larson.
Checkered flag, great.
He goes to the top. 232.788 P1.
And Kyle Larson locks himself in.
Very nice work, Kyle. Stellar job, everyone. Everybody on the 17, nice work. Something very, very special to be proud of, everybody.
They're going to get another shot at this to go for pole position. Larson in the Fast 6.
First driver guaranteed into the Firestone Fast 6.
That means, folks, he is starting on the first 2 rows next Sunday for the Indy 500.
Potentially 3 Penske's, Santino Ferrucci and A.J. Foyt. And Arrow McLaren getting it done on consistency. Rossi quick on lap 4, 232.7. And that puts him to the top. So finessed, so confident.
Minimum speeds look good. First lap.
233.3 miles an hour for Kyle Larson.
And just like Santino Ferrucci, lap 2 is harder. Lap 3 and 4 even more difficult. You can see here on lap 2 that the radius is growing. The tires sliding a little earlier, certainly than they did when he made his first run today.
5 front bar.
Kyle Larson, a true professional, managing it all.
He's on target at the moment to leapfrog Santino Ferrucci. It's an all Chevrolet-powered Firestone Fast 6. How does this look for Kyle Larson?
Flag, gray 1.
He's done enough to leapfrog Ferrucci.
P1.
P1 for now. All right, here we go, 233.1. It's 234! 234 for Rossi, and the crowd love it!
Oh, wiggle, race in one, just like Ferrucci.
A NASCAR champion in his first Indy 500. And going today for the 1,100-mile double, Kyle Larson.
Racing, Scott McLaughlin and the Pennzoil Chevy at the front of the field. There's moves happening, there's passes being made. Callum Ilot's in trouble, he's being swapped. It's Kyle Larson, and there's contact with Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Hunter-Reay with the hip check to Larson. Something went horribly wrong for Kyle Larson on the restart. James, we've been talking about this as they go too wide in turn one.
Marty said it's one of the things Larson was most worried about because you don't get to practice restarts. We have thousands of laps of practice, dozens of hours, but this is one thing you don't experience to the race. Kyle Larson getting caught out there. Let's take a look on board with Kyle.
Oh, wheel spin. He was in first gear, James, and that... he went to fourth or third gear. He upshifted.
I think he had a wheel spin moment, and as he went to correct the spin, remember the shift paddles are on the back of that steering wheel. It sounds like he caught a gear and upshifted. Here's from Herta's view.
Green.
So the car in front of Herta was out of line before that green came.
That's Sato.
So that could be what is under review. Kyle Larson not doing anything wrong from a legality standpoint, just a procedural one.
All right, here they all come, and we'll start with Santino Ferrucci. He just commented, he said, I felt like I was sliding all over the place, and then I saw what happened to Colton Herta. He's glad to have a pit stop. Further up, Joseph Newgarden wants to take a little bit of downforce up. He's got that easy out, Marty.
Kevin, other than one restart today, Kyle Larson has been so impressive, hanging in the top 10. He's been dealing with a little bit of an issue on entry to the corner. They're going to make a wing adjustment here. Scott McLaughlin pits from the lead. Let's see if that clutch issue bothers him this time. Maybe, because a teammate, Joseph Newgarden, leaps him here on pit road.
Here comes Kyle Larson. Here comes Augustine Canapino.
Oh, big lockup from Kyle Larson, way past the cone there. We've seen this before, guys. A good 500, Dylan, come unglued in pit lane.
Cars working their way down pit road. Augustine Canapino, we saw him. He'll hit his marks. Been really good inside the top 10. Just his second year in IndyCar racing, Marty.
No word yet if Kyle Larson did speed on pit road. And to make this run even more impressive, running 6 on this strategy, they did not get the last adjustment they wanted. Scott McLaughlin trying to do what Rick Mears did 36 years ago, win from the pole for Team Penske. He said, I need the front to work better. Clearly, conditions changing here at Indianapolis. This will be tight down to make it on one more stop. And there you go. Kyle Larson does indeed get a penalty. You heard Brian Campy say it. He will have to come down pit road, and that's one of the things that he was worried about, is how he would handle pit road. He's going to have to do a drive-through for speed.
Rossi to the front.
Watch Santino Ferrucci at the exit of turn 2. Palou makes a move on Newgarden. There's Ferrucci coming out of the pits.
Look at this, look at this. It's a drag race. You can see on the graphic there, and we go on board with the HendrickCars.com Arrow McLaren machine of Kyle Larson. On the graphic, he's leading. He's not really, in terms of...
He is.
He is technically, but not really.
A catastrophic yellow. He last pitted on lap 153. So he's 27 laps into this stint. Improbable, but not impossible.
It's been quite the day for Kyle, and everybody should celebrate what this enormously talented racer has done.
He's leading laps at the Indy 500.
He is.
That's going to be on the resume leaving here today.
From here at the Brickyard, it was an eventful month of May when weather delayed the start of the IndyCar race. The Indianapolis 500 started late. Kyle Larson started that race in 5th after a great qualifying effort. Finished 18th.
Situations where you challenge yourself as an athlete, you'll usually come out a better athlete.
Keep digging, got a long way to go here, and we'll get better.
I just wish it would all work out and we could get both races in the full distance. I don't care if it's on the same day.
Good job today, Kyle. I know it's not the result we wanted. You led laps, you did a really good job. You completed all the laps, buddy. Super proud of the effort.
Proud to finish, but just could have executed a better race. We'll go hop on the jet and see if I can get into the 600 somehow.